Tony. We'll keep you front and center. I'm guessing the news made it north from Miami that one Tate Martell did not win the starting quarterback job at Miami.
Yes, I saw that on the news, and then I saw it trending on Twitter. Not that, that Jaron Williams won the job, just that Tate Martell lost it, and then apparently no-showed the next day in practice. I never really felt like Miami was a good spot for him. The offense doesn't do what he does. I'm not sure if he was aware of that. But, this is a guy I wanted to watch him this year at Ohio State. I was looking forward to watching him at Miami next week, and I would still like to see that. I just feel like Miami was never really the spot for him. And to be honest, my feeling about Miami is when people choose Miami, it's for reasons other than football or for like football success, because Miami people just know about the football. So there's this allure to it, but you don't really go there to win championships. You go there to be able to call yourself a Miami Hurricane. And I don't know that that's really, what are you going to do with that? Can you put that on your resume? Maybe, as long as you stay in Miami.
Tony, I'll have you know they just won an ACC Coastal Division championship. They're mighty proud of that in 2017. That was a big achievement.
Hey, Michigan won a Big East, Big East Big Ten East championship last year. So, there's a lot of winning going around.
Yeah, I don't think Miami's won the ACC since they moved to the ACC. I think their last conference championship was Big East back when they played maybe a year or two after they played Ohio State for national championship. So 03 or 04, something like that. But, the ACC has been a great move, for them, for stability, obviously, and great rivalries, and Clemson and Florida State and all the other great teams. They always played Florida State anyway. But I think it's going to be neat to watch them on TV next week, and be interested to see how the coach reacts if, they get into the game in Florida, which I figure's got to be a favorite. They got to be a top 10 team going into the season. If things go sideways, do they put Martell or the other guy, Perry, I think's the other guy who played some last year, do they put one of those guys in the game? So the game's going to be worth watching, trust me, if for no other reason, to see if Florida's legitimate.
Yeah, I certainly would have considered it to be the most intriguing quarterback battle in the country, and we are going to talk more Ohio State football and not Miami. But you did have 3 high 4 / with Martell 5 stars coming out of high school, so I think they're in a good position where you got to think that one of those 3 can play at least 1 out of 3. So as long as they make the right selection and player development, they should have a quarterback for the next couple of years, and those guys are very young, all 3 of them. Jaron Williams is only a sophomore who got the start, but if he falters, they got 2 other guys that were highly touted coming out of high school waiting in the wings. And as you mentioned, Steve, N'Kosi Perry threw 13 touchdowns, played more than half the season last year. Tate Martell, we've only seen in mop-up duty. All right, we are roughly 37 minutes into the show, and I don't believe that there's been a Jack Cohn reference by Kevin yet. I know that the folks out there, Jack or Kevin, are highly, highly disappointed in that.
Well, I've been last for almost every question, so everything has already been kind of hit. But maybe Jack Cohn can end up at Miami next year and really cloud stuff up. And from the Twitter, unsubstantiated reports that Tate Martell may actually go through some practices at wide receiver just to try and get on the field, but that's unverified at this point, but just, making its way through the social media rounds right now.
Well, that's his future. It's at slot receiver. It's not, it's in the NFL. It wouldn't be quarterback. And I know even before he was at Ohio State, there were people who thought he would be a good H-back at Ohio State, being that slot receiver guy. And it worked out for Julian Edelman, who was a dual threat quarterback at Kent State, and goes to New England and is turned into a receiver. Why not just do it in college and then base your draft status on that? Or Jack Cohn could be a receiver.
Probably not.
No? Okay.
Probably not.
Mm-mm.